Cool guys, so welcome to episode 4 of Bootcamp. This episode we are going to be speaking about finding businesses and outreaching businesses. Okay, I've spoke a lot about the mindset. Last time I spoke about obviously the page and making sure that you've got everything dialed in, so that when you start outreaching, you yield the best results. But now it's actually time to start outreaching, and then after this, we're going to get into more of like the mindset and the sales techniques that you employ when you're speaking to clients or when you're speaking and prospecting on behalf of your clients. But yeah, today, truthfully, this alongside with the actual modules when I'm speaking about actually like, optimizing your profile and every single like module on this page, to be honest, every single thing, like you need to internalize everything and not take any of these information that's just for granted, especially if you're getting started. Okay, because truthfully, right now, the source I'm about to give you on this information, people charge insane amounts of money for. And I'm just about to make sure that you absolutely bang it, you get it for free, and that you really just need to make sure you internalize all of this, all right? Because we're letting the source, and as long as you utilize all of this, you're going to absolutely cook, okay? But let's talk about initially finding businesses, okay? Now, there are a few different ways you're going to be able to find businesses. Obviously, the personal favorite and really just the go-to is Instagram, right? My personal favorite. And the way you're going to use Instagram is by keywords, hashtags, and association and speaking to other people, right? But let me go through mainly the keywords and the hashtags. So if we go into my browser here, and then if we go into here, as you can see right here, I just searched up fitness coach, right? I searched up fitness coach, and what came up when I saw fitness coach was a fitness coach, okay? So as a high ticket sales rep looking to get placed onto someone to work with, you would utilize search engines and you would utilize the Instagram search engine to find business owners like this guy who has got a good page, he's got a load of followers, he's clearly posting content, he's clearly got client results. You would utilize hashtags to find people like him. You'd message him, and then guess what? You'd go through his mutuals, okay? You'd go through his followers, okay? No, you wouldn't go through his followers, but you'd go through his following, okay? Because guess what? He's going to be following other business owners probably that also need high ticket sales reps and that you can also outreach, okay? And then after you go through his Instagram and after you go through his following, guess what? If you're doing it on phone, okay, it's also right here. You'll then go on here and you'll go through the suggested. And now look, we've got tons of other people. We've got tons of other business owners like him. Okay, it's not doing a good job in showing here, but as you can see, Lucas Wood is this a business owner? Okay, this isn't a business owner now. Let's quickly search through here until we find someone that we can outreach. Uh, Give me a second. Cool. I was just got distracted, but let's go ahead and see if we can find a business owner. If it carries on doing this, my laptop is just being an enemy of progress. Give me a second. Let's carry on. Okay, perfect. There might be some people here. Let's see. Scott Waterfall. Perfect. As we can see here, Scott Waterfall, another business owner. And now look, you outreach him, you go through his following, you go through his mutuals, and it's just a never ending cycle. Can you see here how literally, say if you go through here, you go through his following, okay, and you find another business owner, you find someone else like, you find William Scott, right? And so you go through this guy first things first. You outreach all of the people on here that he follows, okay? Trying to find people that are like exact demographic of people that you can work with. After you've done all of those people, you just go into the people that you've outreached and you go through their following as well. As you can see, that is literally how you find unlimited amount of clients. And truthfully now in this day and age, in this info space, when there's constantly tons of new business owners, there's tons of new people out and about, like it's almost like the amount of business owners and the amount of people that you can outreach on Instagram are ridiculous. They're endless, all right? But you just need to get first at really pinpointing, all right, cool, who am I going to outreach first? Fitness coaches, e-com coaches, trading coaches, forex coaches, sales coaches, whatever. Utilize hashtags, go through their followings, go through their mutuals. Amazing. Okay. Another way you can do this as well is also growth operators and sales managers. Okay, now if you're very new into the high ticket space, you probably won't know exactly what a growth operator, what a sales manager is, right? But these are essentially people that run offers for big coaches. So I speak to a load of these growth operators. I've got a load of friends. I'm a sales manager myself. So in time to time, like a really good way to outreach a client. I'm not telling you to do this, by the way, because I only hire from people who I train one to one, right? But what I'm saying is like a really good way that you'd actually be able to outreach and start finding clients is actually outreaching these growth operators and these sales managers. Okay, anyone you see as a growth operator, you see as a sales manager, you DM them, ask them, hey, bro, can see you're a growth operator. I know you get messages like this over time. Sorry to be like one of those guys, bro. Just wanted to leave myself in your DMs in case you've got any slots for setting or closing roles. Okay, a super basic message like that. And first things first, the growth operator will appreciate that you've reached out to them. They'll appreciate, all right, cool, I've got this guy in the back of their head, because constantly these guys are always hiring, and they might even have a role for you to get on already, or they might be able to point you in the right direction. Okay, so growth operators, someone like the biggest growth operators people I can think of are people like, I don't know, Jay Singlet or Mahiz. Okay, these are also great people as well. That once I suggest the number one thing you should do when you first start getting into appointments then is you want to follow as much people as possible. When I say follow as much people as possible, you want to follow as much people that are prominent and that are in the mix with a load of other business owners. Okay, so I can imagine this guy, he owns a coaching program. Okay, so think about it. If he owns a coaching program and he helps coaches, he follows loads of coaches. Okay, he has loads of coaches in his DMs in and around his circle that are looking to be hired. So guess what? You can outreach them and you can get hired. Okay, super simple. Okay, so that is another way that you can get placed and find businesses. Facebook, Twitter, those are also things. I don't really use those much, and I don't advise my one-to-ones to use it as much, but it also works. You can also join communities as well, like join one-to-one communities. Like for instance, if I go onto my Discord right now, go onto my Discord right now, right? And constantly it's just constantly is just opportunity after opportunity, boys posting opportunities. You've got managers in there. You can see the vibe as well, as you can see. Posting, me posting a DM roll, okay? The other day I had a business owner, one of my friends, he's doing about 100K a month. He reached out to me, said, yo, bro, do you have any SDLs? I put it straight into the chat, okay? So being around people, that is another great way. And that's probably the most leveraged way that you're going to be able to find offers, is by talking to people. If you're able to get into a community full of other like-minded boys like you're able to get around boys that are doing what you're doing, that have got the same mindset, that have got the same mission. Guess what? You're going to be able to build friendships, you're going to be able to build connections, and you'll be able to even, maybe if they've got space to get on another role, you can get on roles with them as well, okay? Truthfully, when it comes down to actually being able to connect with other people that are in the high-ticket sales space, it's the leverage way, because, at the end of the day, how else do you plan to grow if you don't have anyone around you? The best people and the people that have achieved the most, the way I achieved the most at the beginning was by joining a community and genuinely just being the most active person in there. Sending messages, everyone knowing who I was, messaging everyone, getting on calls with everyone, and guess what? Opportunities just found me. You don't create opportunity doesn't create itself, you create it, right? Literally, opportunity is just luck is genuinely just how much chance you give yourself at being lucky. Are you always in the right rooms? Are you always in the right community? Are you learning from the right people? Okay, you can have to get this lone wolf, lone mentality mindset out of it, because what you need to understand is the best way to get to where you want to get to is by learning from someone who has already got to where you want to get to. Okay, so when it comes down to finding businesses, and when it comes down to how you're going to get hired, that is a really, really good way. You can also use apps and sites like School. Okay, so let me log into School. So if we go into School here, a great way that you can find communities is by going to the School tab, right? Just give me a second. So if you go into Discover Communities, there are constantly different pages on here, and you could always go in here, outreach to people that own the communities. But a great way, and probably the most high IQ way to do, would be finding ones with business owners. Okay, so zero to founder. Okay, with this one, joining this and literally paying the money. Okay, because if you pay the money to get around the right people, genuinely, if you pay £119 and you're able to land a 3 to 5K per month role, that's what, 60K a year. You've essentially paid £119 and you've landed a 60K a year opportunity. Is that worth it? Do you know what I mean? Like if someone came to you and said, "Give me £100, I'm going to give you 60K," you'd throw that money at them. Okay, so being able to join communities and find places like this with other business owners, amazing. Okay, but this is a great way. You can also just join free ones as well, like acquisition scale advisory, Alex Omozi. There's going to be a ton of business owners in here. Actually, I'm not sure. Verified community for 1 million. Okay, no, this is for business owners doing 1 million a month. But it's just free because he's got all of his members in here. But finding people who are really big in the space, going on their community, for instance, free school course right here. Learn how to make money with online courses. Okay, you'll be some low level business owners in here, but also some really high level business owners in here, and that is a great way that you're going to be able to use school and be able to find businesses. Okay, so just to recap, Instagram, my personal favorite, hashtags, and like buzzwords like fitness coach, business coach, coach, trading, high ticket sales, creator, stuff like that. Growth operators and sales managers, amazing. Facebook, Twitter, I don't really use those, but you can use those. Joining communities like one-to-one communities and coaching communities, building networks and being able to get placed through those and stuff like school as well. All right. I'll catch you guys in the next one when we go into the actual outreach and the types of messages you can be sending these people. Hope you guys find that useful, and I'll catch you soon.